There we go. Got that. What we got today? What we got today? What we got today? What we got today?
Man, just to be able to tell your story, regardless how they accept it, everybody always talking about, man, if I was AI, I would do this. Bro, you not.
That's facts. Ain't nobody Bubba Chuck.
Yeah, what up, y'all? This is Joe Crack the Dawn.
It's your boy Jada. You know what it is, the Joe and Jada show. You already know every show legendary, every show iconic. And today, we remain to keep our word. You know what I mean? Today's guest, when you just think of the word real, when you think of football, basketball.
Talk that shit, Jada.
You know what I mean? When you just think of a different cloth. When you think of not just changing their
Greatest of all time.
the way they look at NBA players come out of the tunnel. Used to get fined every day. Now they want to see what the players is coming out with the gear they got on.
I asked
He
for
still
reparations.
don't get. He still hasn't got his proper just due for starting the tunnel camp, the crossover.
Oh. Woo!
Heart as big as a giant. I could go on for years and years and years. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for our brother, Allen Iverson, Bubba Chuck, my brother of all brothers, Allen Bubba Chuck Iverson, Newport News' finest.
The junior.
Welcome to the show.
Crack, I almost fucked up myself. It was my phone. I forgot to call him.
It was your phone about to do
just
it.
gave him a whole lecture of phone ringing, and he almost rung off for the show.
I almost blew it.
Bubba
What's up,
Chuck.
brother?
My guys.
Bubba Chuck, you know what I realized? I never knew that before because I feel like I have a special relationship with you.
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm your brother. I've been to your wedding. I've been there throughout your whole career. Mom's knows I used to drive down to Philly. But I realized you got a special quality. You make everybody think they're your brother. This guy thinks he's your brother too.
For sure.
What do you mean, think?
Yeah, listen.
What's wrong with
Let
this guy, man?
Let me explain something to you.
Hey,
I
what
thought
does he
me and
mean,
you,
think?
but he talked to you the same way. Do you got a bunch of friends that think they're your best friend? Because I think I'm Allen Iverson's best friend. He thinks it for sure.
I just know I hold a special place in his heart somewhere.
For sure. It's just who I am. It's a tribute to who I am, what type of dude I am. I always, for some reason, I attract the worst motherfuckers in the world and the best. You know what I mean? And that's the hardest part about navigating through life is you got to depict which ones is which. You know what I mean? And you guys been around with me for decades. You know what I mean? We've had this relationship, dog. We was 20 years old. You know what I mean? And we're still here, still standing. The relationship is nothing but, didn't do anything but flourish. You know what I mean? Got closer and closer over the years. And,
Don't look at him too
legendary.
much. I need the love. Like,
Yeah.
look at him.
I mean, come on, man.
You usually start hating towards the end of the show.
20 years old.
Hey, look,
what's dope though? Like when we see each other and passing, yeah, we talk to each other on the phone or whatever, and we bump into each other a lot. You know what I mean? Just being in the same places. But it's real shit when you know the person's crew. They're everyday guys. You know what I mean? That's when you know it's authentic. You know what I mean? When you know the homeboys, you ain't just walking up to them and, you know, you just happy to see your man. You know what I mean? Them your dogs too. You know what I mean? And that's legendary.
No, you know, he came to Raul's funeral
For sure.
down in Miami.
My dog right there.
Dog, Raul.
Oh, my man.
We appreciate you for that. He just, you know, that was a huge look for him. You know what I'm saying? When you going out and the real ones come down. And we did Mall in Philly.
For sure.
It was a bunch of Muslim guys. That was the first I ever been to a Muslim funeral.
Me too.
You too?
Yeah.
That shit different, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I want the box. Like, let me tell you something. A lot of my friends are Muslim. Best guys in the world.
The only one.
I want a box. I want people to cry. I want people to come to the funeral. Like, this was like real militant, right? We went out
to wrap your body in 24 hours.
wrap your body, but then the lady's over here, and then you can't talk. He's with God. He's talking to Allah right now. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to cry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like,
Cry.
you know, yo, it's a funeral. You know what I'm saying? But it was different, right? Then we throw the dirt on him. He was our
we
brother,
throw the
man.
dirt on him and all that. Yeah.
Before that was Rob. I don't want to bring bad shit, but Rob Boogie.
Yeah.
Rob Boogie was our guy.
Yes, sir.
I think Rob Boogie made us even tighter
For sure.
because he's originally from the Bronx.
Yeah.
And he used to talk mega shit about Fat Joe and
Yeah.
Terror Squad and
For
me and AI. You don't. I want to get the moms right. Do you remember the first place I ever met you? I'll tell you.
Well, it wasn't no, you took me to Jimmy's.
No, way before that. Let me
took
tell
me
you.
there.
So you was a kid. We both was kids. But
Nah,
Flojo was out.
kids at the
I'm
same
telling you,
time.
we was kids. What you
He
trying to
always
say? I'm wow,
capping.
older than. Get the fuck out of here. The point is, I got a show in Virginia. I ain't got $2 to rub together. You was just going to college and all that, but you came up to me and you had a bunch of dudes with you and y'all all was in army fatigue. It was like a fucking movie. I gotta put that in my series, right? And it's a dark parking lot after the show and you just walking up with all these, I don't know who the fuck you is. You walking up with all these dudes. You like, yo, crack, I fuck with you. You know who I am? I was like, nah. Yo, I'm Bubba Chuck, #1 nigga in the thing. I'm going to the league, this, that. That's how I met you. And you walked off and I was like, who is that guy? Like, I knew it was something special about you when I met you there. That's the first time I ever met you in the parking lot after a show, and you just came up, and the whole crew had army fatigue jackets on. And y'all walked up. This is before the bread and all that, but y'all walked up, and you was like, "Yo, I'm that dude. You gonna see me?" I was like, "All right, my brother." And from there, you know, we always saw each other.
I like to say, no matter how much money you got or how much you worth, you're as powerful as who you can get on the phone.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean? And I always been able to get them on the phone no matter when.
I used to get you on the phone. What's
Don't do
going
that.
on? You acting funny with
Don't
me,
do
bro.
that.
And
Don't do
moms
that.
is here. Moms, don't you know we're not playing that? You know, moms. Yo, why you
Don't do
playing
that.
with me? I did something to you.
Man, don't do that. So he can't get me on the phone either.
No, he could get you on the phone. Yo, bring that over here. I got something for you that you deserved a long time ago, my brother. That's why I'm a little
You
late.
gonna do that?
No.
Nah,
The
brother.
Terror Squad chain?
Christine.
I already know what it is. That's crazy.
You know what it is?
Terror
Yeah.
You
Squad
cursed me
chain?
out one day because you ain't have one.
He should have
Yeah,
been. He should have been had one of
Top
these.
brother, because this is my
Top.
business partner. He's in on that. But that shit, you know, you deserved that a long time ago, man.
Yo,
Terror Squad chain?
yo, that's crazy. Yo, I finally got my TS shit.
Ah, big TS, man.
Fire.
You said roll. Got my joint. Yeah.
Ooh, and it's dancing.
Man done cursed me out.
Fire.
Man done cursed me out 10,000 times. Like, yo,
Hey,
man,
where my joint at?
he don't play that shit.
Yes, sir.
Only on Joe and Jada, man.
Oh, no, the man, that's my family. We love this guy. It's a different type of love.
Love.
That's Uncle Chuck, boy. Uncle Chuck.
Okay.
Oh, you other guys come on the show. Thanks for coming, but don't.
All the time. That's dancing.
He ain't get the cheap TS chain. He got that shit. Like, don't come up in with that shit. We'll give you a bubble gum the 25 cents.
Cracker Jack joint.
Cracker Jack. What's up, Jada? You know?
We're here, man. We're here to talk about the new docuseries.
Yeah.
Oof.
Tell us about it.
Man, look, I said it last night at the premiere. The way I describe it, it's a confirmation to the world that the devil is a sucker.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And he can't fuck with me.
Fucking right, bro.
You know
Talk
what I mean?
that shit.
He's a liar.
It's a liar.
He's a wimp. He's a shrimp.
That's right.
He's a peon.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He's a manipulator.
That's right.
He prey on the weak.
Fact.
He prey on the people that don't believe in God. You know what I mean? He's just a sucker.
Mm.
And my journey proves that. The ups and downs in my life, the turbulent times, the times where, you know, you fall down and then you believe in him so much, he enables you to get back up, brush yourself off, keep on going. My mom told me at 8 years old, I could be whatever I wanted to be in life. And I actually believed her. You know what I mean? All those times my friends in Store Garden, you know, used to tease me, Chuck, you know, saying he going to the NBA. You know, nigga, don't nobody make it in the NBA from here. You know what I mean? Nigga, hit this. Nigga, took this line. You know what I mean? Come on, Chuck. You know what I mean? You ain't making it. Come back in the crib crying and all that. Mom, they said I can't do it, whatever. She said, you can do whatever you want to do. From that moment, at 8 years old, I knew that I would be here right now today because of those words that came from her. You know what I mean? And then navigating through this life, all the things I've been through, all the turbulent shit, the ups and downs. You know what I mean? My grandma told me before I got sentenced, the day they sent me to jail, I was 17. Well, I was 8 years old. They waited till I turned 18 to try me as an adult. 18 years old. And that morning I said, Nana, why are they doing this to me? If they know that I didn't do what they accused me of doing, why is this happening to me? You know, why is God letting this happen? And she said, son, don't you ever question God. And I never have. You know what I mean? From that point on, I never questioned God. Anything that happens going on in my life, you know what I mean? I've been through a lot in my life. You know what I mean? I've been through, you know, like you talked about Rob Boogie, you know, different friends of mine, Troop. You know what I mean? A lot of guys that I love. You know what I mean? A lot of people in my life, in my family that passed away. You know, different things happening in my career. You know, even getting to a point where my money was funny. You know, the lowest part of my life with getting divorced. You know what I mean? From a girl that I've been with my whole life.
That man bless you at your lowest.
You know what I mean?
You know, I know everything.
And it's like,
right
I
when
never.
you think it's over, you get a miracle check.
What?
Bam! Bubba jump back like a motherfucker. Yo!
Never questioning them though.
What?
You know what I mean? And it's a gift. It's a gift, crack. You know what I mean? This documentary is a gift to that. And everybody, like, you know, they do it's so cliche when we always talk about, you know, us as entertainers, athletes or whatever, that we only supposed to be role models to kids. You know what I mean? We inspire everybody, all ages. You know what I mean? We inspire them. You know what I mean? We help them believe. You know what I mean? They live, you know, through us and believe through us. You know what I mean? People look at it, if Chuck can make it, I know I can. And that's the message. That's the gift, to show you everything that I went through, you know, throughout my life. And being an open book. You know what I mean? A lot of motherfuckers just be so embarrassed about things that they went through in their life, the ups and downs and the mistakes that they made. I ain't that. You know what I mean? My girl tell me all the time, you always let motherfuckers stress you out and, you know, you care so much about people. Why do you do that? And that's not a gift that I have. I don't know how. I try my hardest to not let it stress me out, whatever. I'm just like that. I'm a big-hearted person, and I love who I love. You know what I mean? But my gift, a gift that I do have, is that I am an open book. I don't mind, you know, telling you the mistakes that I make. I tell my kids all the time, you know, why do you have to learn the hard way? You know what I mean? And I already did. You know what I mean? Why can't you listen to what I'm telling you? I love you. I want you to do what's right. I don't want you to go through the shit that I went through. And I made this big ass uproar. Like night before last, when was it, Twan? Night before last, we did Atlanta, the book tour. And Tip told me, he said, he moderated my joint. And he was like, yo, man, your homeboys did a number on you. You know, but he was saying it, like, all you talk about is the pain and the hurt that you have from the dudes that you grew up with. Like, these motherfuckers, like, I was the one that took that ass whipping with bringing your entourage. And you remember, I was the first one that took everybody from my hood with me. You know what I mean? To show them the world. And ain't none of them here.
Something controversial all the time, and ain't none of them here. I say you the closest thing to Tupac, because you're the only person I ever seen play basketball and have a fucking after party in every city where the realest guys, these guys ain't no fucking chumps, got the AI, the Allen Iverson jerseys on the whole fucking party. Every night, guys that won't give it up to somebody, guys that ain't in the business of being suckers, they was wearing the AI jerseys. And I was like, yo, I always tell everybody, I say, yo, that was the closest thing I seen to Tupac Shakur, the love and the pure respect from every gangster in every hood that you have always had. You know, I want to go back to the devil, right? Mm-hmm. Because I want people out there to know, if you righteous and you God's child, and you know that all you want to do is help people, give back to your community, help your friends, be a good role model, even though, you know, we flawed, and somebody attack you direct, I don't think they just bad people. I don't think they semi-evil. I think they doing the devil's work.
Right.
If they know you with God, right? Because there's been some times in my life where I say, yo, God, you know, I'm God's child.
Sure.
And they coming at me like this, I already know. I said, yo, this guy's down with the devil.
He send the motherfuckers in sheep clothing. Like, he sent them, you know what I mean? You gotta
meanest disguise as ever.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I've seen it. He's a sucker. You know what I mean? Why you think the motherfucker never win? He always in second place. He powerful.
Yo, what up, everybody?
But he always in second place. He never win. He on God's heel, but he don't never win. You a sucker. You a loser.
Remind me of that old school movie where you see the whole style is jump.
Your whole style, his whole style is jump.
He a sucker. I mean? His whole style is jump.
Only people want to be like him or look up to him or rock with him is weak people. You know what I mean? Weak people, easy to influence people. People that's easy to manipulate. You know what I mean? That's why I love, like, I talk all that shit about the injustices that niggas did to me in my life, but it's like a gift back to God. It's like, here you go, Chuck. Here go the motherfuckers you need. You know what I mean? Look at the people you got with you now. Yeah, it still hurt because you love them motherfuckers, but here go the people that you have now. Here go the new support system that you got.
Still people we gonna figure out ain't the ones
for sure. You know what I mean? I ain't in it. Like, one thing I want,
happens
like
to me all the time.
My old friends, I ain't putting no article in the Daily Press talking about I need new. Look what I got, man. Look what I have in my life.
Talk slow to him, Chuck.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need to make no new friends. I got a lot of beautiful people around me, a great support system around me, man. I got motherfuckers that's around me. Don't tell me what I need to hear or what I want to hear. They tell me what I need to hear. You know what I mean? The hardest thing for me to have this heart that I have, everybody think is like that on the court. Off the court is even bigger. And the hardest thing for me that I had to learn, this is a message to everybody, and it ain't just kids. You know what I mean? You got to implement that word no in your vocabulary, man. Got to be able to say no. I thought that I could take care of the world, bro. You know what I mean? And I thought people used to tell me all the time, you can't do it. And I used to think I was the exception to the rule. But you cannot do it, bro. You know what I mean? But now the pendulum swinging the way it is, trust me, this go around is going to be totally different.
Not only that, let me tell you something, Chuck. Not only that, you know, a lot of things they say is cliche, but it's for a reason. It's like everybody can't go.
Yeah.
You know, me, same thing, the entourage. I walk in the Royal Palace in Dubai. And
what's your name over there?
My name's Ali Kashani. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And so I walk in the Royal Palace. And for me, I tell them all the time, I'm not afraid to say I came from shit.
Right.
The projects, welfare. You know, see my mom's begging the man behind the window to please give her some food stamps for fucking Thanksgiving. I seen her borrow The reason why I feed so many thousands of families and Thanksgiving is because I used to see my mother have to borrow from my uncle, and you know, they would act funny.
Yeah.
You know, yo, I need some turkey for my kids. So I give back. But, you know, the crazy part about it, damn, I forgot what the fuck. Why what did I start that shit? I'm getting the Alzheimer's, man.
Yeah.
You know, but what I'm saying is,
Flag?
It's a flag on that. But listen, what was I you should know what I'm talking about. You guys are here to know.
What you talking about? Oh, saving everyone was the thing.
I try to save. Yeah, I walk in the palace and I look to the right. I can't believe I'm here. Me, Fat Joe, cannot believe I'm in the Royal Palace. They wash your hands when you walk in. You take another step, they give you tea. You take another one, a fig. It's out of control. The guys I bring with me, one of them in particular from the Bronx with me, we all the way in the Middle East, Dubai. His pants down to his ass down here,
My bad, yo, I gotta get
walking
to
in the
bed.
Royal Palace. I looked at him, I said, man, I'll punch you in your face so fucking hard if you don't pick them fucking pants up.
Where my man at? Where my man here?
No, he ain't here.
No, my dog.
Oh,
he
yo, we in the Royal
yeah,
Palace.
I want him to hear this shit.
Show some fucking respect,
I want him to hear this.
B.
I ain't gonna say your name.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm walking in the Royal Palace. I look
yeah.
his pants under his ass. I said, yo, my man, you want to get punched in your fucking face? You show some fucking respect. The guy like you never be in a... You know, that motherfucker still ordering chicken tenderloins and shit. Now, order some lobster, some shit.
How did we get here?
No, what I'm trying to say is everybody can't
save
go.
everybody.
You want to show
Oh, no, my
everybody
man, I'm
the
talking-
world.
I gotta
You want to
do it like
help
that.
everybody.
That's a fact.
But he can go.
Everybody
He can go.
can't go with you to where you go. Everybody ain't. The truth is, everybody ain't for the promised land.
My man can go. He just can't go like that no more. He can go. He know he can't go like that no more.
Yeah.
But
Well,
he
not
gonna always
there.
he going wherever I'm going in life.
Airport, man.
Listen, that's not my point. My point is show some respect. You know you in some shit. I can't believe I'm in this shit. And I look at you, you embarrassing me. You know, you don't know what this meeting could lead to. It could lead to money. It could lead to business. It could lead definitely relationships. They looking like, yo, look at Joe with this dusty dude. Like, yo, we can't play that game. Like, have some fucking respect. But that's my point.
They're a
It's like,
reflection. They definitely a reflection of you. They definitely got to represent your brand. They got to care about your brand, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's being selfish. You know what I mean? You just thinking about yourself. You know, it's a bigger picture. You know what I mean? Like I said, my man, you know, he got it together, but he was like that. But wherever I go, he gone.
Today's show is brought to you by our
Don't need
new
no
presenting
ads, Joe and
sponsor,
Jada.
Hard Rock Bet. When you think of Hard Rock, you probably think it's simple. Customers, 150 bets on everyday winnings. There's got what you make your first. I bet for real.
Nah.
I mean, I know Shaq is your man. I got a lot of Reebok money over there.
Yeah.
What's up with Steph? Him and Steph doing some production shit? Or
I mean, they
going
you know, they just let me go for mine. You know, just like the vice president role.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Shaq, ultimately, he make the final decision.
Mhm.
But damn if he ain't gonna holler at little bro. Like, what you think? And, you know what I mean? I give him my ideas, and he let me rock.
No,
You know what I mean? And then we collectively make our decisions. Steph just, to me, it's just an honor, man. Like, I just admire the dude. You know what I mean?
Stephon
Squeaky
Marbury?
clean. But, you know, behind the scenes, he just like us.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
one of us, no doubt.
Yeah.
Steph
And then
my
he
dog.
that, man, just
Kill.
things that he can do. Man, he a straight serial killer. You know what I mean? He must see TV. I got direct TV. Well, what is it? The League Pass?
League pass.
Whatever. I got
NBA
that
League
just
pass.
for him. You know what I mean? I don't miss no Golden State game. You know what I
Oh,
mean? I
Stephen
got to
Curry.
see that goddamn light-skinned killer every night. You know what I mean? Man, that dude right there is different. You know what I mean? He's like, when you talk about the dude, like, motherfuckers be like, yo, he him. Like, he's him.
For real.
Real.
What's up? Tell us about, rest in peace, Coach John Thompson, Big John. What did he mean? What does he mean? What did he do for you?
I was looking at Instagram yesterday. I seen, you know, they put a quote in there, you know, but they put it in there like I said it, you know what I mean? But it's some shit that come from him, you know what I mean? And he said, you always listening to guys and your homegirls in your family, everybody from your neighborhood when you getting advice. You know what I mean? Because that's where you at. That's where the older heads, they give it to you. You know what I mean? What they know, what they've been through in life. But Coach always used to tell me, you always listening to somebody that's trying to tell you how to get from A to Z, and they ain't never been there. You know what I mean? And he was giving me that message, and it resonated with me so much, when I did this documentary and when I did the book, of how I'm trying to help save lives by my experience. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm able to give to the youth and to my peers and people that, that relate to me. I made it from A to Z. You know what I mean? Obviously I came out unscathed. I've been through a lot, but I made it from A to Z. When I go to my neighborhoods and I go to the Boys and Girls Club and I do stuff for Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff like that, when they looking at me, they looking at somebody that grew up where they from. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have no excuses. You looking right at the dude. You can go over there and touch him. You can dap him up. That's the dude right there. He come from where, the parents telling him he come from where you come from. You can't tell me you can't make it out of here, because he did it. You know what I mean? And for me to be able to go from A to Z and to have an impact as far as my voice to help somebody, you know what I mean, fulfill their dreams, man, to me, that's God. It's God. It's God's gift.
We know you Bad News. They had another star in Bad News, Mike Vick.
For sure.
Did you see the birth of Mike Vick? Did you know what was going on with Mike Vick? Did you, being from the same neighborhood, did you know he was going to be great? Ahead of time?
Mike was younger than me. You know what I mean? He
came up after.
Came up after me. You know what I mean? Like, he came up on me, basically.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So he watched everything that I went through.
You did.
You know what I mean? And then obviously,
seen them sky blue drop top Bentleys coming through that Bad News. Ain't nobody was.
Where he from?
The AI, you had a lot of fucking cars, man. Them shits was coming like, I thought this shit was free.
I remember
I didn't know. I'm riding with you. Nah.
He's crazy.
I'm telling you the truth. I thought this shit was free. The man coming with 3 back-to-back drop top shit. He coming up 3. Yo, it's disgusting.
I remember Steph told me, Steph Marbury.
That's right.
I love Steph. That's my dog. I love Steph to death. Steph told me one time, we was just talking, just me and him was in the back of the bus. And he was like, Chuck, man, why do you have 2 Phantoms and the same Phantom, just in different colors? Like, for what? You know what I mean?
I swear to God.
Back then, I thought it was like, now I'm just looking at that.
One pair of legs and one
was
ass.
driving this shit to New York from Philly. We don't know nothing about the mileage.
Nothing.
He pulled up the YO.
I used to run out of gas and the motherfucker just wild. But when I came to the league, I was 21.
YO, one of the joints ran out of gas.
Yeah, I was 21.
Yeah,
I was 21.
Know if you remember, I got too many stories with you that we'll chill on.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I
listen to your stories.
No, you listen to my stories?
Yeah,
we got one you won't admit.
That's why I say
one you won't admit.
That's why I say. That's why I tell people.
Mama, you know we got beat up in Bad News.
Man, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
And you know Ross started that.
Oh shit!
Ross started that.
So he started. Something happened.
Rob, you remember?
All right, you admitting that something happened.
Yeah, you say I got you beat up. He got hit in the chest with a Heineken bottle.
Yo, but they threw about 10
he say I got him beat up. He got hit in the chest. Somebody threw a Heineken bottle and hit him in the chest.
Hit him in the chest?
Yeah. I never said that didn't happen.
No,
but he said I got him beat up.
Bottle to the chest did nothing to you.
He said I got him beat up.
Well, first of all, Rob snuffed the dude.
Rob jumped in the crowd after the dude.
Right? We at his birthday party. He the hottest shit going on out there, right? I don't understand this shit. One minute we over there, we like, yo, we were AI Bad News. The next thing they throwing so many.
No, man, you was you was performing. You was performing, and it was a motherfucker in the stands that wanted the mic. And Rob was telling the dude chill, and then after he started telling him chill, then the dude was, man, fuck y'all then, da 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 da, and then Rob just.
What I do know is we had to duck.
Raw.
They threw so many glasses of Jack Daniels.
You got hit by
that shit was going to spin.
You got hit by a Heineken bottle. See, whenever people talk about him capping on the joint, see, I know him personally. So I know I've never known him as a liar.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And and what people gotta understand.
Shit, take the
She got that
flag
pristine.
Listen, yeah, listen.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm listening. Only thing like the stories that where I wasn't there. You know what I mean?
You can't.
I can't confirm them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All I can speak on the person that's telling the story.
That's right.
So I know he don't lie. He never lied to me.
Ever.
So when he telling my stories, that's what I go off. So he get him 99.9% right.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
We got our ass beat, man.
That didn't
I'm
happen.
telling you the truth.
Everything. So if
we
he called
played
hit by the
70
bottle, I
games
ass
of
whipping. He got his
spades.
ass whipped
We played 70 games of spade,
for sure.
and we was in there for hours, and we were so hyped to go to this part. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I
This
just
shit
told you what
turned
happened.
Crazy.
Wrong. Yeah, it could go.
Because when we pull up, everybody chasing us. Like, he got the drop tops out there. So it's like Ali Boombaye. Everybody, yo, yeah. Because
Yo, you remember what you told to me in front of my Uncle Stevie house?
I want to know.
That day we was in. Yeah, I ain't gonna throw no flag on him. Look, I'm telling you.
What I said
Look,
to
if you
Uncle
think about
Stevie
all the shit that he's done in his life and the places he's been and the events he's been to, and all the shit that go on in a motherfucker like his life, man, you cannot be totally accurate on everything. That shit get blurry, and then I know I drunk a lot. You know what I mean? But I remember
what
being in front of my uncle.
House?
In front of Uncle Stevie's house, I had the blue Bentley Azure drop top joint. And we were sitting out in front of the joint. And he was like, yo, Chuck, I'm going to have one of these one day. You know what I mean? And the first, I don't know what was your first color. Was it the silver one?
Sky blue.
Sky blue joint. And I remember, I know it wasn't the video. Because, usually in the videos, because when I was in Atlanta, I had everybody using my cars for video. But I remember seeing you in it. It was something they was doing, and you was driving the joint. And, man, I was watching it on TV, and it fucked me up. You know what I mean? It felt so damn good because I was like, yo, like I was a part of that. Like he told me that he was going to get him one of them joints, and you had the joint.
Man.
You got the joint.
I got the picture with him. He was like Fat Joe. This guy, you remember he was big, Jada Kiss. He was a little chubby.
Never like Fat Joe.
He was a little plumpy. I got the fucking picture, Jada.
A little bit big.
I got the fucking picture. You could do pull-ups now with one finger and all that shit. But back then, you was eating that fried chicken, boy. That boy, fucking some shit up. I got that picture. He get mad. I post that shit like every 3 months for no reason. Be like, me and Jada. They be like,
I don't get mad.
why you posting that shit, Joe?
I love when you post.
Man, let me
Yo, do you remember that night, though?
I do.
I'm talking about when you took me, we couldn't find a hotel. You remember that? When you told that story?
Let me.
Yo,
But
that
I
was
told
crazy.
it the right way.
Yes, you did.
But let me tell
I don't know
you,
about,
the
I
guy
don't think I
hates
had
me.
a game the next day, though.
Yes, you did.
Because
Next one, 'cause you left.
we was
Listen.
smacked.
Listen, first of all, the owner hate me. What's his name,
Pat Croce.
He thought I'm smoking and drinking with you and this and this and that. He told me one day we went to some Adam Sandler window and he said, Fat Joe, man, I'm so proud of you, man. He said, I used to tell him all the time I didn't want you with Chuck. I thought you was a bad guy. I said, yo, I was the nicest guy there. What the fuck are you talking about? So he comes up. He got a game like Saturday and he come to Jimmy's Cafe with us. He got the drop top.
And you said I was driving. I was not driving.
Fucked up. All right, you wasn't driving, so I was driving.
I never drove drunk. I never did.
Okay, he never drove drunk, right?
I used to be drunk as a motherfucker.
Let me explain something.
Okay.
Like we was tore down. Bubba Chuck had the game the next day, but I mean like not regular. Like smack, like walking sideways and shit.
You said out there.
My man
said I threw up. And I ain't never throw up. I never threw up
That's
drinking.
That's a flag?
Yeah. Because I remember you telling the story. I ain't never threw up drinking.
We pull up in my man's house in the bummiest area of the Bronx. It's the only place to go.
Do you remember him? Do you?
Yes.
You still rock with?
Slept on clothes. Yes. We slept on clothes.
Yo,
you
that
know,
was
when
crazy.
his house is so bummy that they got clothes all on the fucking.
You still cool with
him? Of course, he's family. What you want me to say? I'm telling you a true story.
Yeah.
We spend the night. He got a game against the Knicks the next day. I wake up, he's gone already. So I wake up, say 10 in the morning, Chuck is gone already. I don't know how he did it. So I go to the Knick game.
Shoot around, nigga. You had to get
Man, if I'm keeping it a buck with you,
Yeah.
we drank so much I had diarrhea the next day. Like I was fucked up.
And Jimmy's too?
Jimmy, I was 2. That shit was crazy. And I go to I'm fucked up. So I go to the game and I'm purposely, I'm not courtside. I'm like 10th row, like hiding. And I'm looking
He
at
was in the
shit.
Yalas.
He dropped like 41.
He was in the Yalas.
And the Joe Button stop. You gotta stop it.
You think about it though. Think about it. How old was I? That recovery time was
young.
nothing. It was
a
nothing.
baby, man.
Do you
Yeah.
remember the game me and you went to when Larry Johnson hit the 3-point shot? You remember that shit? Me and AI was in there. We was just chilling and y'all had just got out the playoffs.
Him calling me AI.
Nah, it's just
Yo,
yo,
it
it's
sound
unbelievable.
crazy.
Me and you,
It sound
we
crazy.
went to the game. He was like, yo, Joe, you got tickets to the game? I said, let's go. He said, let's go. And they had just got eliminated the round before. And that's when your man, Larry Johnson hit the shot when niggas went crazy. I'm
Yeah.
sitting next day. I've been looking to see if anybody got a picture of that
joint.
day. You know how legendary that day is?
Yes.
When Larry Johnson hit the 3-point shot.
It was the crowd. It was the way the crowd was
Oh,
crazy.
shit. I'm looking for me and AI and all the pictures, all the videos, all the things. I can't see it. You know, because now they try to say I'm cap. You know, now I got to bring the receipts out.
Now you got all your legendary moments. We got the best commercial ever done.
Hell, you talking about? In the history.
Oh,
In the history. In the history.
bring the flags back.
They
Craziest.
keep wanting to
ever.
come over. I think it should just be original and do something else.
You gotta
Can't-
figure something
You
else.
gotta leave that alone.
You gotta figure something else out. Like they try to, like when I do commercials and shit like that, they try to get me to do the step
the commercial, though?
over again, and I try to do it. I don't know how to do it because I didn't know what I was doing in the moment.
Mm.
It just shit just happened. You know what I mean? But that commercial right there, I knew who I wanted when they talked to me and came to me and was like, "Yo, we're gonna do it like this." I said, "Oh yeah, I know who I'm going to get." That shit's so
Shit was
legendary.
on the mixtapes. They was playing it in the
They was
club.
playing it in the
That
club.
shit was crazy.
Crazy.
That's
Playing
a
the
historical
commercial in the
moment in
club.
hip hop. And
Top 5 dead
speaking
or
of
alive.
step over,
You know he hates that.
I thought I had beef with the guy. Who, AI hates
He
that?
don't like that.
I just love.
Who that-
I just love.
You know, I had like
Yeah.
fake beef with
Loses.
so I looked.
Man, I tell you.
I ice grilled him for the rest of his life.
Yo,
Now
I tell
don't
you-
have to
I
look
tell
at
you
him
a
like
story
that no more.
about dude.
So we had beef.
He
with
crazy,
this
man.
guy, right?
I tell you a story about dude. The next year, man, he put me through hell though. He was a pest. You know what I mean? And Shaq and Kobe was fucking with him because I was his idol. So they was like, before the joint started, they was like, yo, you gonna let him go out there and have his way. You know what I mean? Because you looked up to him and this, that, and the third. And that's why we were getting at it the way we were. And I hated him. And I remember he had got, after him going to war with me like that, he was a free agent. He was getting offers. Crazy. And he went to Washington. And they gave him like $5 million a year or something like that. And, you know, just like right where we left off, you know, we was going at it again in the game, going at it. Somebody was shooting a free throw. And we was in the backcourt. And I was talking shit to him. He talking shit to me. We ready to fight and all that. And I was like, look, motherfucker. I said, you got that little ass $5 million a year. You know what I mean? Because of me. And the motherfuckers did some shit I would have did. He looked at me and said, thank you. Yeah. And both of us just started laughing, and we've been like this ever since, man. That's my
You know, a
motherfucker,
lot
man.
of times people you go to war with, you build a certain respect.
You
with them.
respect them.
Because you go to war with certain chumps that you don't respect. You be like, yo, these guys are sucker. But when you find a formidable adversary, you turn around, you come up out of it, you find a way to be men and squash it.
Sure.
You got a different level of respect for them, and they got a different level of respect for you. So
Yeah, for sure.
that's cool. Who's the biggest, you would say him, who's the biggest wars? Like, what was it like, man, going to play against Kobe Bryant?
You started to ask the question, and that was going to be my answer. It was going to be him.
Kobe.
Biggest war, yeah. And then you asked me, what was it like? You know what I mean? So, you know, we can kill two birds with one stone. I mean, bro, wars. You know what I mean? Because I used to feel like with me, DeMar Johnson was the same way because how tall he was. You know what I mean? He was 6'10". He gave me problems because he could back up off of me and just contest the jump.
DJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He could just back up off of me.
Lanky, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And he could get a hand up. You know what I mean? Anybody else?
Sean Prince ass motherfucker.
Yeah. But Kobe too. Kobe 6'6". And Kobe could move. Like he could move lateral. And he was a defense. He was a dog.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So me and him had wars. But like if you not my size, you know what I mean? Especially like Marcus Banks. You're a hoop head, so you know, remember Marcus Banks, stocky, 6'2". You know what I mean? He used to give me problems because he could move laterally. Then if I get by him, you know, he had to strength. He was like, you know, Steph gave me problems. You know what I mean? You know, Cole had a lot of that into him. He had the strength, and then he was like a defensive-minded dude. I mean, he gave me problems, but nobody really could.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody really could you know, if I had a bad night, you know, 9 times out of 10, it was me. You know what I mean? But I used to go through some wars with Kobe, and it was so different. To me, it wasn't fair. And it show you what type of dog he was because he would guard me, but I didn't have to guard him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I also want to throw this name out to you because me being your brother and close to you and feeling it might be bias on this because I felt like he was unfair to you. But it might have been some things you learned from him, from the harsh realities and punishments and the way it felt like he looked at you from the inside out. Because you was actually in the league and after the deal with, rest in peace, Commissioner Davis.
My man. You know what I mean? My man. Like, man.
I had beef with him for a while.
I mean,
like, why is he just hating?
Oh, no. We had problems, but he, you know what I mean? Unlike Commissioner Silver, you know what I mean? He got to know me, you know, in the aftermath of playing in the league. And he had a better understanding because David Stern, me and him became close later on in my career after taking time to try to understand who I really was. You know what I mean? A lot of times you get thrown off, you know what I mean, by the look and the perception. You know what I mean? The braids, the cornrows, the baggy, you know what I mean? The baggy clothes and all that. And you don't get a chance to, it's just the person. You don't know. You know what I mean? Like I always use this analogy. You look at John Gotti, you know what I mean? He got the Dapper Don, he got the suits on, you know what I mean? He's smooth. But in the street, John Gotti get busy.
Dangerous man.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's that perception. You look at, what's the movie? Reservoir Dogs. They robbed that jewelry store. What they have on? Suits. You know what I mean? Most times a woman walking down the street, she won't grab her purse if she see a clean-cut guy walking down the street with a suit on. But a dude dressing like us, you know what I mean? You gonna grab that joint. You know what I mean? It was like David Stern, after he took the time to get to know me, then we became close. You know what I mean? And, you know, may he rest in peace, man. I found out, because I didn't like him. But I got to know him too, man. Was a beautiful man. You know what I mean? It was just a perception.
You know, the man came to the Rucker, he threw the TS chain on. David Stern came to the Rucker, threw the TS chain on. He came to see the
He did that for safety.
Well, he was real safe.
Stern was scared to
He was
death.
real safe with that shit. But let me tell you something, this Adam Silver, man, I love this commissioner, man.
Me too.
Special guy, man, when it all went down with George Floyd and all that.
Yeah.
You know, he always with the people. He always understand. He always with the culture. And I'm no groupie, but every time I see him, I take the time out to be like, yo, Commish, what's up? Because I really feel him as a person and how he tries to do right by everybody.
He's a players commissioner too.
He's cool.
Of course.
Yeah.
Come on.
Cool.
Jada, man.
He was there. He was at the joint last night.
Like you know the words that lean back.
Hey, yo, no, listen. When I did that bullshit ass rap album, when I did that shit, and you know I was doing that, but I was doing that because Rob wanted me to do it. I ain't never, man. I'm so embarrassed when I hear that shit now. But we don't spend no time on that. But the most embarrassing shit was when I did the album. I had to come here to meet with him.
David Stern.
Yes, and Theo Ratliff came with me. He was the players representative. So he was on my team. We rode in the limo all the way there. First thing he was talking shit to me about, because I had a Cleveland Indians jersey. I remember when we was wearing the jerseys and shit back then. I had to Indians hat on. He's like, why you got on Major League Baseball stuff? You know, you're in the NBA. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then out of nowhere, man, he pulled out a piece of paper. Sitting there, I'm looking like, yo, what is he doing? Bro, the man started reading the lyrics.
Be right back, yo.
Lyrics.
Man, I wanted to crawl up under the table. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was so embarrassed, man. I mean, the curse words, everything.
You know, I was at the studio sessions, man.
Yo, man. Yo, that shit was so embarrassing. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yo, listen, yo, Chuck, let me tell you something, boy. Oh!
Hell yeah!
Yo! Patreon!
We're here.
Subscribe!
Subscribe for the free first. We'll give you a few for free.
We can use the money, but I'm going to keep coming back to this. But we give it to a charity. But I think they owe you reparations. I think right now, everything AI ever stood for, if we tell somebody every single point guard in the NBA somehow always wanted to be Allen Iverson, or you're their idol, or they want to wear number 3, or, you know, now they got cameras filming their clothes when it, Mom, you don't like that shit, Mom, but because you know you went through a lot, and now they dressing like him, and we celebrate.
No, but I took the ass whooping for it. Like
you did. You was in the Underground Railroad.
The best part about it,
Underground Railroad.
The best part about it, they give me my flowers for it. You know what I mean? That's the
yeah. But you
that's what I get that out.
You for them to walk, and I want some money for
but they
charity.
respect it. They respect it. That's why I love them. That's why I'm watching the game before the game come on. I'm watching the red carpet joint.
I'm dead
You know what I mean?
serious.
Like, and it's a beautiful feeling, man.
Let me tell you something. Every time I watch, maybe I'm biased because of you, but every time, and I love him. I always big up like Sha Whoever could dress, you know, I'm into
Shade,
fashion.
bro.
So I love what they doing, but every time, I'm not gonna lie to you, they walk in them tunnels, I be like, yo, they owe AI money. They find you every game.
They show love for it. They give me my flowers for it. That's the only thing that matter to me. It was worth getting my ass whooped for it. It was worth it to see them do their thing, to see them express themselves like that. Man, when you look at the game, everybody don't play the same. What the hell you gonna dress the same for? You know what I mean? I was 21 years old, dog. Where the fuck am I going after the game while I'm gonna need a suit on? I'm going to the club. I'm going to Fridays.
Going to Friday.
You going to
You know what I'm saying?
Bucket of Corona.
And I ain't never, like I said before, I ain't never wore no motherfucking
How
suit.
about, do you got
to
that in the
goddamn
documentary?
That's a
You got
fact.
that in the documentary Fridays?
Yeah, for sure.
After
You
every single
revolutionized-
game?
Ladies and
It
gentlemen,
was legendary.
I think
You had a
everybody-
DJ.
Everybody in here been to
Yo, this guy-
TGIFs before.
Yo, this guy had Fridays on tilt.
At the home game in Philly, if you never went, I call it his Friday. It was so lit, they booked me there. I said,
They booked you on Fridays?
I got booked
Fridays.
at one of his Fridays after the game. Shit was off the shit. Was
Had to
like-
reserve tables and
like
everything.
the
I was there
It
every
was
Friday.
What's up with the book though?
It did good. I mean, obviously, bestseller. You know what I mean? Would it take less than a week? It's just my stories. It's basically like me, my mom, my sister, my little sister. It's basically our story. Like, you know, before it was any type of support system, with all of my friends, the good ones and the bad ones, it was us as a family. It was us, like literally, we all we got type shit. You know what I mean? It was my mom. My mom had me when she was 15. She had me. Now, like I told her last night, she fucked the bag up because if she would have had me 10 years later, the shit they getting paid right now, we would have touched some of that. And no, me and my mom, we grew up together. Like I used to go to her basketball games when I was a little dude.
Y'all see the waves coming in
You know,
too.
we
Don't play
were
with me.
real family oriented. You know what I mean? We were always tight as a unit. And it just show everything, man. It give you everything. It give you, you think you know, but you don't know. You know what I mean? And I love like having that platform to be able, not to so much explain yourself or nothing, man, just to be able to tell your story, regardless of how they accept it or not. You know, they don't have to accept it the way you want them to or anything like that. I always realized in my life and coming up that, Chuck, it's going to be millions of motherfuckers that love you, and it's going to be a million motherfuckers that hate you. You know what I mean? You concentrate on the ones that love you. You know what I mean? You trying to sit around and explain yourself, you know what I mean, all the time and explain every move you make and this, that, and the third. I was saying last night, like, everybody always talking about, man, if I was AI, I would do this. Bro, you not. You know what I mean?
Do something else.
Yeah, I mean, if you waiting on being AI, then you in trouble.
Thing, yeah.
You in trouble. You know what I mean? You need to concentrate on what you would do being yourself. You know what I mean? So the book wasn't about, it's like a gift, man. It's like, I'm going to show you, you know what I mean? And I don't want people to think that my story is no different from Crack growing up where he grew up at, from Jason growing up where he grew up at. All that shit was hard. You know what I mean? We ain't going to put levels on what was hard. It was hard. You know what I mean? And it's resiliency. It's like, okay, it's hard and my percentage is low of me being able to do what I ultimately want to do. And that's just to get my family out of here. You know what I mean? And that's the goal. You know what I mean? You don't sit around and try to compare how hard it was. I wanted the most accolades because, you know what I mean? It was rougher in Newport News and Hampton than it was in the Bronx. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't what it is. It's like all of us should be champion for just the goal. Even if we made it from somewhere that we was silver spoon mouth motherfuckers. You know what I mean? The goal is still hard. You still got to put in the work to do it.
They gave us a sign. I don't know who's controlling your time, but hold up. So we only got 5 minutes. Mama, come over here. I want you to sit on the couch. Make this shit legendary. You know what I'm saying? Sit down, mama. You know we love you. How proud are you to be Bubba Chuck's moms and his journey in life, you know, with Bubba Chuck and all the success and how you see him come around as a man? It's important because you're the first mother, athlete's mother that we all fell in love with. We love you braiding his hair in the middle of the court. And you
I gotta stop you with that. That's not me.
That's not
I braided his hair
That's
from the
not
first.
her. He's supposed to
Yeah,
know that.
I braided
Throw the
his hair
flag.
from all the when he first wanted his hair braided. Now I did braid his hair, but his hair was coming loose in the back, and he was worried about his hair. You know, he liked to be fly. He was worried about his hair coming loose. So, you know, my sister called me and she was like, Ian, he keep on telling me and looking at me and I don't know how to braid hair. And I was like,
Brandy.
but all you got to do is just braid his hair. You braiding just the back of it. And so when I got there, I saw my son.
That cap rubbing off on it. If it is cap, it's rubbing off. Cause
What's
mommy
cap?
cause mommy
Something
got
about over there.
mommy got this
Oh, flag.
mommy got the story wrong. It is what it is. I gotta be authentic. You taught me to be that way.
What happened?
You know what I mean? It didn't go down. It didn't go down. And then he over there calling. Now I'm Bubba Chuck. Why he talking to mommy?
Yeah,
Now I go to. First I was AI.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I turn into Bubba Chuck when he talking to mommy. But it ain't happen like that.
Well,
But it happened. You
I got my version.
got your version. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so all of us.
you know, your son AI. You know, my mom's ain't here, man. So we want to hear it. Like, what,
You know-
how proud are you of your son, man, and all his accomplishments and how he inspired generations of people?
First of all, I was proud of him from the first day I saw him, you know, because back then when you have a baby, and I was so young, like he said, so, you know, I had to have him cesarean birth and I was asleep. So when I woke up in recovery and they brought him to me and I was like, he's so light. And you know what I'm saying? But when he opened his eyes and he looked at me and I saw my eyes looking back at me, I said, oh yeah, that's my baby. You know, and I checked everything on him. But what really blew my mind is, first of all, I got kicked off the basketball team because I got pregnant with him. But what blew my mind was his hands and his arms. His arms was past his kneecap. When I laid them out like that, they went way past his kneecap. And I was like, I got a baller. And I was happy. And so I told my whole family, I was like, you know, I got a baller. So everybody was like looking at me like I was simple or whatever. But the thing is, from that point on, he came in my life and he was the perfect child. He was not hard-headed. He would listen to everything I said, and he loved the daylights out of me. And at that point, I needed love because of the fact that my mom had died at 29 years old, malpractice. But anyways, the Iverson said, send her to Virginia. And that's the best thing they could have done for me. And when I had him, when I was carrying him, I was pregnant playing ball in Hartford, Connecticut. And I went from there to Bethel High School playing ball. And he had a favorite cheer. And his cheer.
Don't do that, Mom.
Okay.
Now we gotta hear it. We gotta hear it. Mama, don't listen to him. Yeah, tell us the cheer.
Yeah, it was a favorite cheer.
Mama.
And it used to be,
No.
it used to be, everybody be on the court and we had halftime and then they had everybody would sing, go Bruins go. And everybody would shut up. And he'd say, shake that thing.
Terrible.
So that's my story. But far as proud, I want to tell you something that he said to me this year. I said, Bubba, you know, I am so proud of you. I said, you just make me so proud. I'm proud of you. I just wanted to express that to him so he'll know it from my heart. Yeah. And he said, I'm not finished. He said, I'm not finished making you proud. And that's what he's been doing.
With that being said, this ain't that.
That ain't it.
It's Cracking
Cracking
Kiss.
Kiss.
Make some noise for our guests. AI and Mama Love.
W interview, man. That's tough. Shout out Bubba Chuck. Let's get into this music, man. Let me see what I could do.